being counted takes time, and we saw no evidence of any kind of widespread election fraud here in Wisconsin.
Right now, dispelling misinformation about your vote. We're making sure you're informed of the process ahead of Election Day.
I used to vote Democratic, and so this year I will be voting primarily Republican.
One day till the midterms, the issues driving voters to change their vote this election season.
It is a cooler morning for us after seeing a lot of rainfall this weekend. We do have an entire roller coaster ride of weather, though, in the week ahead. That's coming up.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynch-Ide.
And I'm Josh Breiter. Good to be with you on this Monday. Chris Stanford has the day off. We are 1 day away from the 2022 midterms, and we want to make sure you have everything you need to know to get to the polls, starting with the weather.
Yeah, that includes your first warn weather, a roller coaster on the way, but it's not going to impact your Election Day commute, correct?
Yeah, right now we're all going up the hill, and so weather tomorrow will be even warmer the next day and the next day. So it does all improve for us, so that is the good news. Right now, here's some of those temperatures across the Madison metro. Everyone is into the 30s this morning. 32 a popular number. Perry, Mount Horeb, Belleville, Verona, Oregon, Stoughton, Rockdale, Lake Mills, Portland, and Wanakee. All at 32. I also left out Cross Plains, Mount Horeb, and Sauk City. That being said, it is 36 at the Dane County Regional Airport. The sun now rising earlier. Josh and Leah were just talking about how they're loving seeing more of that sun earlier in the day. I have to say, I agree with them. 36 right now. The wind chill down at about 31. It is 31 in Camp Douglas and Black River Falls this morning. Viroqua, you're at 30. Here's what happens as we start to look ahead. By 10 o'clock, temperatures are at 39. We'll be at 43 by the time we get you towards lunch, and I suspect that we'll top out right around 47 later on this afternoon. Don't ask me why I suspect that. Maybe just a little degree in meteorology. Some areas farther to the south and west could be just a little bit warmer. We might not, or some of us might hit a 50 a little bit farther to the south and west. I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen. Otherwise, we've got more warmth where that came from. Record highs are on the table this week, but also so is snow.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you. Well, News 3 Now is getting ahead of misinformation on Election Day by breaking down the process of vote counting for you.
Our Shane Hogan is in studio with what we can expect to see tomorrow. Good morning, Shane.
Hey, good morning, Leah. Now, you might remember talk of ballot dumping in 2020, specifically out of Milwaukee. Well, this led to numerous claims of voter fraud and other misinformation. Votes started coming in between 2 and 4 a.m., most of them for Democrats, sparking claims of voter fraud. Well, state law requires cities to wait until Election Day when polls open to count ballots, including absentee ballots. And we know statistically, early and absentee voters tend to vote Democratic. So the question many had in 2020, and many might have this year, is why were these ballots coming in so late? Well, the reality is the process takes time.
I think that has led to some misunderstandings, misconceptions, conspiracy theories, unfortunately, about what's really going on. But what's really going on is ballots are being counted and ballots take a while.
Now, here's the good news. This election could look a little different, at least in the city of Milwaukee. Officials are saying they're going to be able to count the early votes, mail and absentee, earlier in the evening. Now, depending on the results themselves, that could mean we could know the outcome sooner, unlike in 2018 when there was a bit of a cliffhanger into the middle of the morning, especially with that governor's race.
All right, Shane Hogan with that important context this morning. We appreciate it. Thank you, Shane. Around the state, new polling is showing that every major candidate in top-line races is gaining tons of popularity as we approach tomorrow.
With that, a crossing of line for many different voters around Wisconsin as they decide who to choose.
I'm concerned about some of the things that have been said about immigration and also where we've gone on a policy level on trade and other issues. This is no longer the party of Ronald Reagan.
I've realized that it's more important to vote for the candidate who is who aligns with their values and not a party. I think that's so important. Otherwise, we begin to get into patterns of behavior with candidates that they stay in office too long.
For the two biggest races, governor and Senate, it's a dead heat for who will take on those two positions starting in 2023.
CBS's Caitlin Huey-Burns reports on how issues surrounding crime could have a major impact on who wins.
In battleground Wisconsin, a clash over crime.
You reduce crime by supporting law enforcement.
Making sure we do the things that we know prevent crime from happening in the first place.
Republicans' national focus on crime hits hard in the Wisconsin Senate race, where Democratic Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes is challenging Senator Ron Johnson. Homicides have been on the rise in Milwaukee and statewide since the COVID-19 pandemic and have remained high. Barnes has been on the defense over his past criticisms of police budgets.
I don't support defunding the police. What I support is making sure that law enforcement has the resources they need.
I think it's primarily an issue of the disdain that some politicians have shown for law enforcement for far too many years.
Violent crime is surging in Wisconsin.
Political groups in Wisconsin have spent millions of dollars on ads focused on crime, and it appears to be having an impact. The issue registers as a top concern for voters, just behind the economy and inflation.
Milwaukee's having like a really crazy year as far as shootings and things. I think we need to focus on community.
Democrats are hoping to shift the focus to Johnson and his comments about January 6th.
There weren't thousands of armed insurrectionists.
How can you say that but also claim to support the police?
I immediately condemned, forcefully condemned, repeatedly condemned the violence. There weren't thousands of armed insurrectionists. That's a false narrative.
That was Caitlin Huey-Burns reporting. The Barnes campaign is hoping the issue of abortion access makes a difference in this tight race. Polling shows it's the top issue for his supporters. Wisconsin is currently operating under an 1849 law banning nearly all abortions in the state.
We are your home for political analysis and context all week long. UW political science professor Mike Wagner is joining us tomorrow to break down his predictions in the election, and then again on Wednesday to share what kind of implications we'll see in Wisconsin for each winner. Well, 6:06 and turning to the Pack, the season isn't over for them, but losing to the Lions was the final straw for many Packers fans this year.
Ooh, tough game. Looking to end their 4-game losing streak. The 15-9 loss actually ended the Lions' even longer losing streak of 5 games. Aaron Rodgers has no fingers to point to this time, throwing 3 interceptions in the red zone, 2 right on the goal line, just a yard away. Those 3 interceptions would prove to be critical, taking away what could have been the points needed to win the game. They're now sitting at 3-6. Rodgers says not many people are going to believe in him and the Pack down the road.
I've been counted out many times in my life, as have many of my teammates. And I hope we just dig deep and find a way. We will truly be underdogs for many games moving forward. Hopefully we can embrace that. We have 2 games at home. We got to go win those 2 games in a week, and then this thing looks a little different.
Tough. The next game for the Packers this Sunday. They'll host the Dallas Cowboys and former Packers head coach Mike McCarthy. That'll be the first time he's coming back since he was fired in 2018. That kicks off at 3:25. Then next Thursday, the Packers take on the Tennessee Titans on Thursday Night Football. You can watch that on Amazon Prime.
Elsewhere in the NFL, some former Badgers making noise. Former outside linebacker for Wisconsin, Andrew Van Ginkel, was in the right place at the right time during the Dolphins and Bears game. Second quarter, Bears punt is blocked, and he scoops and scores to extend Miami's lead. That's his 2nd career touchdown. Fins go on to win.
All right, it's 6:08 on your Monday. Coming up, a scientific reason why you're stressed this time of year.
And we're live in the 6:08 this morning with how a local church is surfing up Turkey and getting out the vote.
Hy-Vee Red Hot deals are super hot this Monday through Thursday. Select Campbell's Soup, only 99 cents. Hy-Vee Midwest Pork Loin Chops, only 77 cents each. And Hy-Vee Cottage Cheese, only 77 cents. Scan the code and get deals, only at Hy-Vee.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
He pushed tax loopholes benefiting himself. Send him back, and he'll make things worse. Ron Johnson would let Wisconsin ban abortion, even in cases of rape, and said if you don't like it, you can move. He voted to raise the retirement age and wants to end guaranteed spending on the Social Security you earned.
Social Security is a legal Ponzi scheme, but that's exactly what it is.
Ron Johnson, still making it harder on us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Subway's dropping 12 new subs for the all-new Subway series menu. Let's hear about this number 7 pick from a former number 7 pick.
Juicy rotisserie style chicken. You should have been number 1.
This isn't about the sandwich, is it, Chuck? It's not. The new Subway series. What's your pick?
There's something new from Better Than Bouillon. Introducing the Culinary Collection. Chef-created flavor combinations like smoky chipotle and Italian herb that add a little something special to your family favorites. But don't take our word for it. The Culinary Collection from Better Than Bouillon.
7-day-old tuna casserole.
How'd you know that?
Even my nose is strong. You need Hefty Ultra Strong. It has Arm & Hammer, continuous odor control. Hefty, hefty, hefty. Oh, and Toby needs a bath. Stay one step ahead of Stinky.
Reviews are very important. It really reflects on how we're handling customers at Precision Door. It's feeling like I'm helping out my neighbor. Quality service quickly from a name you can trust.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Radical Tim Michaels is extremely divisive.
I don't care who I offend.
And at his company, the culture comes from the top. Multiple court filings say women were sexually assaulted, harassed, and pressured to have sex with their bosses.
If she refused demands for sex, she would be blackballed from working on a pipeline job.
Higher-ups dismissed the women as liars and fired those who spoke out.
I don't care who I offend.
That's how Tim Michaels runs his company. Don't let him run our state.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
Hy-Vee Red Hot deals are super hot this Monday through Thursday. Hy-Vee frozen vegetables, only 77 cents. Extra laundry detergent, only 99 cents. And Granny Smith apples, only 68 cents a pound. Scan the code, get deals. Only at Hy-Vee.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
It is 6:11, and we're back in the 6:08 this morning with a preview of an election night turkey dinner. I'm already hungry. Pastor Jared Parmley and Jenna Carr are joining us from Emmanuel Lutheran Church in Mount Horeb this morning with a preview. Guys, good morning to you.
Good morning.
So Jenna, let's start with you. You're super excited. This is the first time that you guys have ever hosted this at the church. And you know, what was kind of the reason behind it this year to host on election night?
We wanted to bring the community together. We thought that what better way than food, and this is an important day every year, and we thought that it would be great to get everyone together and have some traditional Thanksgiving type foods. We are going to be serving turkey, stuffing, potatoes, pie, all of the traditional Thanksgiving items.
And Pastor Jared, I mean, this is kind of interesting because, yeah, election day, it's a busy day for everyone, but it's all about community. That's kind of the big reason behind this.
Yep, that's exactly right. We wanted to provide something that brings unity for the community to get together and have fellowship. And election day can be a stressful day and a busy day. And so we wanted to provide something that could help the community, but also promote being unified and having fellowship. So what better way, like Jenna said, let's give them food.
We love that. And yeah, community food, it's like what we love here in Wisconsin, right? Let's throw the information up on the screen right now. Jenna, if people are interested, this is happening tomorrow night from 4 to 6:30, and this is open to the public.
It is. We are accepting walk-ins, so just come to the church. And the adults, it's $15. Children 6 to 10 is $10, and children 5 and under are free.
Wonderful. Get out Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. We're also offering dine-in or takeout.
So plenty of options that work for everyone. Get out the vote and have some turkey, right?
Absolutely.
Right. All right, Jenna, Pastor Jared, we appreciate your time this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Remember, you can always let me know what inspires you in the 608. You can find me on social media. There's my handle. You can also email for a chance to be featured.
6:15 now. With the midterm elections just around the corner now, many Americans reporting significant stress. Some experts are referring to it as election stress disorder. A recent survey from the American Psychological Association shows 2/3 of adults say the current political climate is a significant source of stress in their lives. More than 3/4 are stressed about the future of our nation.
Social media, as well as media in general, can really generate stress and anxiety around the election. So for some people, they're really focused all the time in a very concentrated way on news story and news events and living moment to moment of what's going to happen next.
Dr. Robert Bright of Mayo Clinic says election stress also comes from the feeling of not being in control. That's why it's important to control what you can. A recent APA survey also shows an alarming 27% of adults say most days they're so stressed they can hardly function.
All right, 6:15 right now on a Monday morning. Let's get you everything you need to know with the 3 things you need to know. Chris Reese is back with us. Hi, Chris.
Yeah, good morning, Josh. I'll tell you what, we're starting off the week with more sunshine coming our way, and then we've also got some record warmth, perhaps a run at 70 by the time we get you towards the middle of the week. By the weekend, though, a return of winter. Snowflakes are indeed a possibility moving into the weekend. That being said, what you have out there right now is fairly comfortable to start off this time of the year. We have seen a couple locations dip into the 20s, though. Camp Douglas and Viroqua have now dipped towards 29. 36 for Janesville right now, 34 in Monroe. Keep in mind, everything you're waking up to right now by the end of the forecast could be your afternoon highs. So keep that in mind. In the Madison Metro, most of us are into the low 30s, but some mid-30s. 35 in Middleton, 36 at the Dane County Regional Airport. But we're seeing sunshine early this morning. The wind chill down at 31 for you. Not terrible, but there is a little bit of wind chill. It is a little bit cooler than what it actually feels or what it actually is out there right now. 47 is where we'll top out this afternoon. We'll keep that sunshine around all day, but don't be surprised if you notice a little bit of some evening cloud cover by the time we get you towards 7 o'clock. We'll see variably cloudy skies moving into your election day, even though your election day as a whole is one that still stays quiet for us. Doppler track over the upper Midwest. It's still calm. Here's what I want to show you, though. This big system over the high plains and northern Rockies, this becomes the next thing that really shakes up our weather pattern for us. Watch as the storm system begins to develop with rain showers to our north and west. This is Wednesday early in the morning. I can't rule out some afternoon shower source on Wednesday, but your better chance is really going to be in the nighttime towards Thursday to see some showers in here. Here comes the colder air. I'm expecting perhaps a little bit of a blizzard, perhaps along the I-29 corridor. By Friday evening, though, the colder air starts to wrap in. Perhaps some widespread snow showers and flurries across northwestern Wisconsin and into Minnesota. And then I can't rule out some flurries as we start to move towards your Saturday. So like I said, the pattern is changing, and it's one where it's pretty much slam dunk that we're going to be looking at colder than normal temperatures, especially as we go into mid-November, maybe even into late November. So that being said, enjoy the weather that we do have out there today. Again, topping out at 47 for your high this afternoon. More sunshine tomorrow, but you'll also see a little bit more cloud cover tomorrow too. It's election day. Can't rule out a shower at night or Wednesday night. Your best chance for rain, though, will be into Thursday, even with the record warmth and that chance of a high right around 70. AM rain or snow showers for Friday, flurries by Saturday. Look at how much cooler it is by Saturday. Your high temperature is 33.
Ooh, all right. We've been warned with that first warn. Chris Reese, thank you very much. 6:18, some Prairie schools are teaming up with a local nonprofit this morning to help support its students experiencing homelessness.
The Sunshine Place and the school district are raising awareness of the issue by creating a banner that features 176 ribbons, a way of showing how many students in the area were impacted by homelessness last year. The banner will be posted at Meadowview Elementary facing Highway C. A donation drive and awareness campaign is already underway, with school district officials asking people to donate gently used winter clothes to the Sunshine Place's Clothing Bank Cards Closet. Families in need can sign up through the school district to pick out the clothes in private.
This is just a month-long event, but they can do stuff at any time to support this issue. So Sunshine Place, again, always taking volunteers, always taking donations. So we just appreciate what people can do.
People can also help those in need by volunteering at the Sunshine Place's food pantry, hosting their own donation drives at work or school, and reaching out to elected officials about these issues. This month, the Sunshine Place is looking for winter coats, hats, gloves, and boots. The Cards Closet donation box is open Monday through Sunday from 8 to 4 at 1632 West Main Street in Sun Prairie.
New this morning, experts are finding that a permanent daylight saving time could hurt our overall health. The biannual tradition happened on Saturday, giving everybody an extra hour of sleep. The change puts us on standard time now. The move in spring puts us in daylight saving time. A bill to permanently set us at daylight saving time currently stuck in Congress. Sleep experts say, though, moving those clocks forward disrupts our body's overall time clock. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine has called for a ban on daylight saving time instead, with a move to permanent standard time. That's the time that has set our body clock for centuries. It is 6:20 on your Monday. Today's trending story of the day has a bulldog behind the wheel of a car.
Yeah, the video you have to see, and then in our next half hour, we're ramping up to Election Day with everything you need to know before heading to the polls.
This portion of News 3 Now sponsored by RG Heating and Air Conditioning.
Did you know Tim Michaels pledged to rig future elections?
Republicans will never lose another election in Wisconsin after I'm elected governor.
He'll try to overthrow the will of the people. Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as governor?
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
My name's Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
Aren't you tired of the division, the anger? I know I sure am. Our country faces enormous challenges. I promise I'll do everything I can to help make things better, and I'll always tell you the truth. What continues to give me hope are the kind and decent people I meet all over Wisconsin. People who love America and are willing to work hard to unify and heal it. Please join us. I'm Ron Johnson, I approve this message, and I'm asking for your vote.
Ho, ho, ho.
It's Santa. We got a problem.
At Wells Fargo, direct deposits come up to 2 days early with early payday. What if everything came 2 days early?
Have a good weekend, Mary.
All right now. Have a good weekend. But it's Wednesday.
See you Monday.
Am I missing something? It's the weekend, baby. See you later.
Like getting things 2 days early? When it comes to payday, you can with Wells Fargo.
What are you doing this weekend?
Think crime is bad now? Mandela Barnes would make it worse. Barnes would eliminate cash bail even after the Waukesha Christmas parade attack, supports amnesty and sanctuary cities for illegals, and had worked for a radical group that wants to defund the police. Barnes has a long record of smearing police while spending your tax dollars on security for himself. Mandela Barnes, wrong on crime, dangerous for Wisconsin. Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Tim Michaels' company has been sued numerous times for sexual assault and harassment. Women said they were groped and pressured to have sex with their bosses. Those who spoke out were fired. Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as governor?
We're back at 6:23 on a Monday morning. Patricia bringing her best here to start off the week.
It is stunning. I mean, when's the last time you thought a marsh was pretty? Patricia really stepping it up, making even a foggy, marshy area look nice.
I was going to say, have you driven around southern Wisconsin? Some of those marshes are beautiful.
I don't know. They always smell and you can't swim in them.
Marsha.
They look beautiful. No, I wouldn't get in one.
Oh, boy.
I love that shot, though. I will say, I know a lot of people don't like daylight saving time with the change, but I enjoy having the sunrises earlier in the morning.
I love it.
I prefer standard time.
Which is now.
Which is now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know, I had to think about it. It is
I know, we were like, give us a second. It is a Monday.
I know. I was like, it's a Monday. Both of you all looked at me and I was like, the time we're in right now.
I love it, yes, yeah.
Everything is fine.
All right, well, Patricia, thank you for sharing your picture. If you have another picture of a marsh, maybe, just send it to us using the hashtag MyNews3Morning.
Make them pretty, folks. All right, it's 6:24, trending out of Louisiana this morning. During a college football game this weekend, an interesting driver taking the wheel of a convertible in the second quarter.
Beep, beep. It wasn't too rough. Take a look at this. This was during a timeout at the Middle Tennessee Louisiana Tech game. As you can see, Tech, the English Bulldogs mascot, cruising around in the mini convertible.
Not looking too pleased about it.
Same face all the time.
Just not a smiley dude.
I'm just impressed that he can turn. He's going right, he's going left.
Something tells me he's not, you know, driving the vehicle there, Josh. I could be
wrong. Is that a remote control? I have no idea.
You need opposable thumbs to get your driver's license, I think.
This is the same conference that my alma mater is in. Western Kentucky University plays in this conference. So we've played against LA Tech and MTSU, but I will tell you that this Bulldog always makes an appearance.
I love it.
I would love to see a Badger behind the wheel.
Bucky's too big.
And they're mean, too. Badgers will, like, bite your fingers off if you try and put them into a Jeep.
I'd still love to see it.
Great television, great television.
It would be like the Sun Prairie Mare with Groundhog Day.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. You explained to people a couple years ago the groundhog bit the mayor's
Never forget.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Chris, hit us with the bus stop forecast.
Yeah, real quick, as you are headed out the door today, we are going to see more sunshine. It's a little bit cooler to start, though. We're going to be warming things up into the upper 40s this afternoon.
We'll be right back. Stick around.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Associated Physicians, do you know how much we offer all under one roof? It's a lot. From OBGYN, peds, and internal medicine to lab, x-ray, behavioral health, and more. Associated Physicians, 233-9746.
For Clinton Anderson, our community is his top priority. He's delivered for middle-class families on the Beloit City Council, and he'll keep fighting to lower costs for us in the Assembly. Jeff Klett's priorities are all wrong. He supports dismantling our public schools, wants to slash community services to give tax breaks to his billionaire backers, and he'll vote with extreme Republicans to enforce Wisconsin's abortion ban, which could send doctors to prison. We can't afford Jeff Klett.
Declutter your workspaces and organize your garage with help from Menards. From wire shelving to wall-mounted hooks and more, Rubbermaid has you covered. Right now, get 11% off all Rubbermaid products. Increase your home security and get peace of mind with our selection of motion-sensing lights from Patriot Lighting. With 2-level lighting and customizable settings, these high-powered outdoor lights will meet your needs. And right now, they're all 11% off.
Save big money at Menards.
As governor, I'll always try to do the right thing. I've worked with both parties to find middle ground to improve and invest in our public schools, cut income taxes, and put our state on solid financial footing. But here's what I won't do. I won't cut public school funding. I won't be Donald Trump's puppet, and I'll never allow radical politicians to make decisions about abortion. That should be left to women and their doctors. I'm Tony Evers, and I'm asking for your vote.
Shop the big fall sale at Madison Lighting. Every light fixture, every brand, indoors and out. And all home decor is on sale, November 3rd through 7th. Shop this sale and save on everyday low prices. Madison Lighting. This is big.
People remember ads with young people having a good time. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, here's a pool party.
Good times insurance.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I see your hard work, everything you do to try to make it. But people continue to be left behind. I'm running for Senate to put more money in your pocket. Ron Johnson's had 12 years to make things better, but costs are still rising, and all he's managed to do is write a tax cut for himself. I believe better is possible. I believe hard work can pay off, and I'll never stop fighting until it does. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
At Associated Physicians, do you know how much we offer all under one roof? It's a lot. From OBGYN, peds, and internal medicine to lab, x-ray, behavioral health, and more. Associated Physicians, 233-9746.
One day out until the midterms, we're helping you get to the polls if you haven't voted absentee yet.
Plus, we're looking into what specific issues are driving more people to get out the vote this year.
That's right. You're watching the news at 6:30, and the sun is coming out this morning.
Yay.
Yeah, one of the positives, falling back. We get sunlight a little bit earlier in the day. We have every season this week. We're going to talk about that.
But yeah, we're starting positive. You have to start positive on a Monday. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. It is Monday, November 7th. I'm Josh Breiter.
And I'm Leah Lynch. Beautiful sunrise behind us and election day ahead of us. We're running up to the midterms tomorrow, and we want to make sure you are prepared to head to the polls.
Chris Reese here with your certified most accurate forecast, and really no excuses when it comes to getting out the door tomorrow.
Not at all. The weather's going to be great today, great tomorrow, even greater the next day. So everything is going to be good. And then the bottom drops out after that. That being said, I do want to start at least really quickly with the bus stop forecast for you on this Monday as you are headed out the door. Temperatures are to the mid-30s. We'll be into the 40s by midday. We'll top out to those mid to maybe upper 40s later on this afternoon. Doppler track is completely clear for us, and you've already seen this beautiful shot with that sunshine. Temperature rise, it is 34 right now. The dew point is 18. I'm sorry, it's 36 right now. The dew point is 18, so it feels dry as you step out and about. Yes, we do have some drier air in place. Stoughton, Oregon, Belleville, Verona all drop down to 32. Really, a lot of those suburbs are at 32, 31 in Cottage Grove and Sun Prairie. Middleton's at 35, our airport's at 36, but we top out at 47 for your high as we move into the afternoon. That being said, here's the election day forecast for you. I say no excuses for a reason. A little bit of cloud cover here and there, but you're dry, you're pleasant, and temperatures top out into the mid-50s.
Okay. Chris Reese, I just about called him Shane Hogan. Chris Reese, thank you very much for that first warn. We appreciate it. Before a single vote is tallied, a new poll finds most Republicans aren't ready to trust tomorrow's results. 62% of Republicans say they're worried the midterm results could be manipulated. 76% of Democrats trust the count to be fair and accurate.
This, of course, follows President Trump's claims of widespread voter fraud that his own Justice Department and state officials have debunked.
Shane Hogan here now with what's happened between 2020 and now. Good morning, Shane.
Hey, good morning, Leah. Not Chris Reese, that's right. The nonpartisan state election commissions did find fraud in 2020, but it was on par with previous elections. Officials charged 24 people in 12 counties with voter fraud in the 2020 general election. Of those 24, 16 were allegedly felons who voted. Then there was a Racine County man charged with fraud who admitted to ordering absentee ballots for other voters without their permission. Harry Waite said he used the My Vote Wisconsin website to point out flaws with the system. And the latest case of voter fraud, a former Milwaukee election official now faces a felony charge for illegally requesting absentee ballots. That's Kimberly Zapata. She was the deputy director for Milwaukee Election Commission until she was fired for using the state's public-facing website to request military absentee ballots. She says she was trying to expose holes in that system. Zapata could face up to 5 years in prison and a $13,000 fine for all 4 counts. But a nonpartisan audit of Wisconsin's 2020 presidential election found no evidence of widespread fraud, and a Republican lawmaker concluded it showed that elections in the state were safe and secure, while also recommending dozens of changes to how elections are run. So some really good information as we are right here, guys. It is election day tomorrow, but again, good to have this context as you head to the polls.
26 hours until polls open. Shane Hogan, thank you very much.
All right, if you haven't voted yet, you'll have to get in person to vote tomorrow.
Yeah, yesterday was the last day to vote early in person.
In the city of Madison, we have just a bit over 180,000 registered voters. There are about 55,000 absentee ballots that have been returned to be counted, so that's pretty good turnout so far already.
So here's a look at the latest hard numbers we've received from the clerk's office. 51,000 absentee ballots have been returned out of the 57,000 issued. Close to 21,000 Madison voters have cast their ballots in person already.
We're also tracking what voters are thinking about as they go to the polls. For many, the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade is still top of mind. According to Marquette polling data, the top concerns vary by party. Inflation and an accurate vote count are most important for Republicans. For Democrats, it's gun violence and abortion.
Public in every survey, both in Wisconsin and nationally, is predominantly pro-choice. So it's a bit of a difficulty for Republicans to sort of explain their position. They would rather talk about other issues that work to their advantage. But Democrats, I think, really sense an opportunity to raise abortion as an issue because they are on the winning side of that issue in terms of where most of the public is.
In Dane County, there's an advisory referendum regarding the state's abortion law on the ballot. The answer you give is only to gauge the public's opinion on the matter. It does not impact the current law.
We are your home for political analysis and context all week long here on News 3 Now. UW political science professor Mike Wagner is going to join us tomorrow to break down his predictions and Wednesday to share what kind of implications we'll see depending on who wins the election.
Around the country this morning, a number of candidates are racing to the finish line in too close to call races. History in the midterms typically favors the party that's not currently holding the presidency. As candidates make their final push, they are trying to motivate voters through a handful of key hot-button issues like crime and inflation.
What we're here talking about in the need to fight crime shouldn't even be viewed as a Democrat versus Republican issue.
We have to continue getting illegal guns out of the hands of people who do harm to others.
Look at the economy. Right, look at the economy. They've destroyed it.
I'm going to keep working on this issue to bring down costs.
In the latest concerning incident, officials with the Arizona Republican gubernatorial candidate Carrie Lake's campaign says a staffer opened an envelope containing a suspicious white powder. The FBI and Phoenix police confirming to CBS News that early Sunday, they responded to reports of suspicious items located inside the mail at the campaign's office building. There are no reports of injuries, and that investigation is ongoing.
Around Wisconsin, the Department of Ag, Trade, and Consumer Protection announcing there are new confirmed cases of bird flu in Wisconsin. The cases were in backyard flocks in Marathon and Waukesha counties. DACAP says the sites have now been depopulated. This year, 18 counties have confirmed the avian influenza in domestic flocks.
Coming up on 6:37 on this Monday morning, live look outside. Look at that. Daylight. We love to see it here with that daylight saving time change back to standard time. Chris Reese is tracking a big swing in temperatures this week and when we can expect the next chance of rain.
And snow.
Yes.
Plus, some familiar faces to watch for in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Who from our area is going to be performing?
And we're live in the 608 with how a local church is serving up turkey and getting out the vote. We'll be right back.
Go farther with personal checking choices. At Starion Bank, you make the decisions. Your money, your style. Apply online in just 4 minutes at starionbank.com.
He pushed tax loopholes benefiting himself. Send him back, and he'll make things worse. Ron Johnson would let Wisconsin ban abortion, even in cases of rape, and said if you don't like it, you can move. He voted to raise the retirement age and wants to end guaranteed spending on the Social Security you earned.
Social Security is a legal Ponzi scheme, but that's exactly what it is.
Ron Johnson, still making it harder on us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Keep bragging about your buck after the hunt with wild game processing from Johnson's Sausage Shop in Ryle, Wisconsin. Friends enjoy a hunting story more over a jalapeno cheddar stick. Johnson's Sausage Shop accepts wild game 7 days a week. First bucks in are the first brats out.
There will always be bumps in the road, but we got guts, America. We got freedom. We got power. We got future. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together. Because your new Ford vehicle is just the start of a journey. So stop by your Ford dealer today and claim one of the thousands of new Ford trucks and SUVs on their way. We've been building this country for 119 years, but we're just getting started.
When you prefer dream vacation over a rental nightmare, it matters where you stay. Hilton for the stay.
Radical Tim Michaels is extremely divisive.
I don't care who I offend.
And at his company, the culture comes from the top. Multiple court filings say women were sexually assaulted, harassed, and pressured to have sex with their bosses.
If she refused demands for sex, she would be blackballed from working on a pipeline job.
Higher-ups dismissed the women as liars and fired those who spoke out.
I don't care who I offend.
That's how Tim Michaels runs his company. Don't let him run our state.
Go farther with personal checking choices at Starion Bank. Like Smart Checking, it's free when you choose e-statements. Your money, your style. Apply online in just 4 minutes at starionbank.com.
We wanted to create an inclusive environment.
Bringing together families and kids with special needs at a special place where they can play and be themselves. Charlotte Deleste takes you inside Madison's new Keep Calm Sensory Zone tonight at 10. Before you cast your vote on Tuesday, log on to channel3000.com for comprehensive information on voting, candidate reality checks, and what's on the ballot. Get the facts and information you need before you head to the polls. News 3 Now, your election headquarters. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. 6:40 is your time, and it's time to be in the 608 right now with a preview of an election night turkey dinner. Jenna Carr and Pastor Jared of Emmanuel Lutheran Church are joining us live from Mount Horeb this morning. Guys, good morning to you. Everything's looking good with all the fixins on the table this morning.
Sure does. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, so we are talking about this great event that you guys are hosting, the first ever. Jenna, let's start with you. So tomorrow night at the church, you guys are going to be inviting the community out for an election night turkey dinner. Talk a little bit about that.
Yep, we wanted to invite everyone out to enjoy some fellowship and enjoy some good food. We have all of the traditional Thanksgiving fixings. We've got turkey and stuffing and potatoes and pie, all of the things that everyone enjoys, and we think that it'll be a great time to spend time with your neighbors and your community.
Yeah, and it's that month, too. We love to have a little turkey. Pastor Jared, talk a little bit about where the idea came from and specifically why you're hosting this on election night.
Well, the idea actually came from Jenna, but the idea was that election night is a busy, busy day. It's a high-stress day for a lot of people, and so we thought, well, why can't we just do something for the community, to bring the community together, to have fellowship, to promote unity, and by providing food, it's a perfect thing for building community. And it's also nice because people are going to be busy and they don't have to think about what they're going to do for dinner. They can just feel comfortable going to the polls and then getting some food and having some fellowship as a community, and that's what we wanted to promote.
Yeah, we were just taking a look at your wonderful space there. Plenty of space to be able to come out, have a good time, and just kind of relax, right?
Well, that's our hope. That's our hope, that people can just enjoy being together and have some time to build relationships.
All right, let's throw the information up on the screen right now. Jenna, what do people need to know if they're interested?
If you're interested, just show up at the church tomorrow between 4 and 6:30. Walk-ins are welcome. The cost is $15 for adults and $10 for children 6 to 10, and children 5 and under are free.
Wonderful, and you have a takeout option as well, so you can either dine in or take out.
That is correct.
Very, very good. Well, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate you joining us here early on News 3 Now this morning. Gobble, gobble. I hope you guys have a wonderful night tomorrow night.
Thanks so much.
You bet. We'll have this up on channel3000.com as well. And remember, you can always let me know what inspires you. There's my social media handles, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And you can also email in the 608 at WISC-TV.com for a chance to be featured.
Take a look at this. 7 dancers from DeForest are getting ready to travel to the Big Apple in 13 days to dance in front of millions. Turkey Day now just 13 days away. They'll be participating in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Each year, Spirit of America Productions brings 600 of the best high school dancers in the nation to perform in the parade. This year, 7 of them will be representing DeForest's Ultimate Leap Dance Center.
I feel like it's really nerve-wracking. I feel like for all of us, it's like this is our first time actually getting a chance to show what we do, so it's like, do good, do good, do good.
The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade for me has always been a huge part of my Thanksgiving, my holiday traditions. And so taking my students there is even more special.
Just another reason to tune in, folks. As for where these DeForest dancers will be positioned, well, I don't know yet. The girls are learning 3 different versions of the dance. They'll get their assignment and placement when they arrive in New York. So excited for them.
Yeah, you can watch that right here on CBS, too.
Starting at 6.
We love to see it. All right, Chris Reese is here with your certified most accurate forecast. We're getting a little bit of everything, but first off, oh, that sunrise on a Monday.
I know, it's great to see the sun this early again after the clocks finally went back an hour. That being said, 36 is the temperature headed out the door. A little wind chill at 31, but overall it's not too shabby. Viroqua is the coldest spot in southern Wisconsin this morning. Their temperature is at 28. 29 in Camp Douglas, 32 for Platteville. Janesville's at 36. So joining kind of where we're sitting right here in Madison right now. 32 for Oregon, 32 in Stoughton as well, 34 in Middleton, and then Madison does sit right at 36. But that being said, this is Doppler track right now, completely quiet for us, and it stays quiet for the next multiple days in a row before we start to see a little bit more activity. Now, by Wednesday, you're going to see activity real close to us, but it takes a moment before it truly starts to work its way on into southern Wisconsin. Let's plan out the day. I want to push this ahead. This is noon. Winds are out of the north and west. Temperatures are into the low 40s at this point. We get towards 4 o'clock. This is where we'll be at our warmest. 47 is where I expect our highs to top out this afternoon. Southwest Wisconsin, wouldn't be surprised if someone makes it up to 50, but most of us are into the mid and upper 40s for those highs today. Overnight tonight, we're down into the lower 30s. Tomorrow, it's election day. We're dry. Temperatures will warm up into the mid-50s tomorrow, and then even as those polls close, as we start to move towards 8 o'clock tomorrow afternoon and evening, we're still dry, but a little bit cooler as those temperatures are back down into the 40s at that point. I want to show you this, though. We've got a storm system that's really going to shake up the pattern this week, ultimately sending us warm temperatures first, but you see all that cold to the north and west, that follows up that storm system, and so that's going to lead to some much colder air as we start to move into the weekend, but that's not all. Even towards the middle and end of next week, even another shot of potentially even colder air could be coming our way. This is all part of a pattern that will likely feature colder than normal temperatures for everyone except Miami. They'll be the only ones where things are just a little bit warmer. I mean, we're talking highs near record territory on Thursday, and then not getting out of the 30s in that extended forecast at all. This system will also bring chances for rain and a little bit of some snow. Breezy with scattered showers and thunderstorms for your Thursday. Again, record warmth is possible as well. 45 the high on Friday. That happens at midnight. Temperatures will fall through the 30s and into the low 20s by Friday night, and that's why we could see those flurries by Saturday.
You know, I made a bet with Greg last week that we wouldn't see 70s again, and look at that.
It's a chance of 70. We'll see.
Big swing coming.
What was the bet?
I don't know. Culver's, probably.
Culver's, of course.
It's always Culver's.
When in doubt.
Chris Reese with that first warrant. Thank you very much. It's just about 6:48 now. Coming up, let's take a live look at Houston, where Astros fans will be celebrating their World Series win all week long. In the morning sprint, we'll talk about what they're planning.
But first, at 6:48, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, please let us know so we can show their picture on TV. We'll be right back.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Warrens, Wisconsin.
Right now at Hy-Vee, buy a ham, get a free turkey for your holiday gathering. That's right, buy a ham, get a free turkey. Buy a Hormel Cure 81 boneless ham for only $5.99 a pound. Get a honeysuckle white turkey for free. Only at Hy-Vee.
Experience handcrafted and hand-finished furniture by genuine Amish craftsmen at Wanakee Furniture ETC, featuring hardwood made in the USA home furnishings by Simply Amish and other great brands you can trust.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Over 800 convicted criminals released. 270 murderers and attempted murderers released. 44 child rapists released. Tony Evers' parole commission has released hundreds of violent criminals early, including some of the worst killers in Wisconsin history. Evers' liberal policies are making our communities less safe. Tony Evers put criminals first and our family's safety last.
If you overdraw your account, Wells Fargo gives you an extra day grace period to avoid the overdraft fee. What if everything came with a grace period? Like accidentally parking where you shouldn't.
Hey, what about this one? Nah, that one gets an extra day. Somebody got lucky.
Like having an extra day grace period? When it comes to overdrafts, you can with Wells Fargo.
So with a Planet Fitness Black Card, I'll get a post-workout glow like that guy?
Everybody knows that you need to glow, the glow, the glow.
And I get a free Amazon Halo to track my fitness and sleep.
Because when you got the glow, there is no stopping what you want to do. Oh.
And I can bring a friend.
It's a way of life.
Okay, sign me up.
Get the PF Black Card for zero enrollment, $24.99 a month, and get a free Amazon Halo View. Ends November 15th. It's glow time.
Breaking news in Dallas, Texas, where at least 5 police officers were killed when they were ambushed.
This was the deadliest day for U.S. law enforcement since 9/11.
Just days after this horrific crime, Mandela Barnes appeared on Vladimir Putin's propaganda news outlet and rationalized violence against American police officers.
Police officers are over-exercising their badness. This probably was a retaliatory attack.
Do you want Mandela Barnes representing you in the Senate?
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Right now at Hy-Vee, buy a ham, get a free turkey for your holiday gathering. That's right, buy a ham, get a free turkey. Buy a Hormel Cure 81 boneless ham for only $5.99 a pound. Get a honeysuckle white turkey for free. Only at Hy-Vee.
Free delivery, 18-month financing, low price guarantee. Brothers main appliance.
6:51, time for the morning sprint.
Tomorrow's pivotal midterm elections just hours away now, about 24. Nationwide, more than 40 million Americans have already voted early in contests that could shift the power in Congress. Over the weekend, President Biden campaigned in New York for Governor Kathy Hochul, trying to blunt the momentum of her GOP challenger, Lee Zeldin, in an unexpectedly tight race. He could be the first Republican governor for New York since 2006. On Saturday, President Biden and former President Obama rallied in Pennsylvania with Senate candidate John Fetterman, who's also in a tight contest with Mehmet Oz. Meanwhile, former President Trump was in Miami, teasing a possibility for another White House run.
They're too young to vote this election, but kids in our area are finding other ways to get engaged. The Urban League launched its Vote For Me campaign, featuring several kids from southern Wisconsin, hoping to inspire those who can vote to head to the polls on Tuesday. This year will mark the second major election the Urban League has run the campaign.
A former Marquette County deputy will be in court today for charges of soliciting sex from a minor. 37-year-old Travis Biddleman is accused of contacting the minor through a computer. He pleaded not guilty this summer. He's scheduled for a plea hearing today in Marquette County Court.
There's another court appearance scheduled today for 3 18-year-olds charged in a South Madison shooting. Javante Coger, Demarion Pollard, and Zanya Anderson, all facing attempted homicide charges relating to a shooting from back in August that injured a 22-year-old man. They'll be in court for a status conference later today.
Badgers volleyball continuing a 12-match win streak this weekend. At the Fieldhouse yesterday, they faced off against Indiana for their second matchup of the season. They won in 4 sets. Badgers trying for 13 straight wins now. Their next game is Friday night at the Fieldhouse against Rutgers.
3 people are dead this morning after a 2-car crash in Rock County. According to the sheriff's office, 2 cars T-boned at the intersection of West State Highway 11 and North County Highway H in the town of Center. It happened around 9:45 Saturday night. 3 others were taken to the hospital for injuries. We don't know their conditions this morning.
Today, the Houston Astros will celebrate their World Series victory with a parade. The Astros beat the Philadelphia Phillies thanks to a monumental 3-run homer in Saturday night's Game 6. Shortstop Jeremy Pena hit 400 in the series, becoming the first rookie in history to be named MVP.
At Verona High School, the Mel Harmony Foundation hosted the Swathi Runo Mendelssohn Festival, celebrating the works of 2 composers, Swathi Runo and Felix Mendelssohn. While both composers have been dead for nearly 180 years, festival organizers say performances like those featured this weekend keep the 2 composers' music alive.
The frenzy continues. Powerball's largest ever jackpot keeps growing ahead of today's drawing. It's close to $2 billion after another drawing with no winning ticket Saturday night. There hasn't been a winner now in 3 months.
According to Bloomberg this morning, Twitter is now asking some of the 3,700 workers it just laid off to come back. The report indicates they either were fired by mistake or the company needs their expertise to build some new features. Owner Elon Musk tweeted the platform will permanently suspend any account impersonating another unless it clearly specifies it is a parody. It comes as multiple parody accounts of him popped up after he took over the reins.
The Wall Street Journal reporting this morning, Facebook parent Meta is preparing to notify employees of large-scale staff reductions there. The job cuts are expected to affect thousands of employees. The announcement could come as soon as Wednesday. Meta reported having more than 87,000 full-time employees on staff in September. The 70% slide in the company's stock is being blamed for the layoffs.
The Los Angeles Football Club will celebrate its first MLS Cup championship with a public fan celebration. It's happening with the team on Christmas Tree Lane outside Bank of California Stadium. Gareth Bale for LA scoring a late equalizer to bring that final into extra time.
Cleanup in the South continues this morning after a tornado in Texas on Friday left 10 people injured and 50 or more homes damaged. Texas reports 2 of those 10 victims are still in critical condition. Lamar County there is declaring a disaster.
Temperatures are going to be warming up into the upper 40s for your highs this afternoon. Look for a lot more sunshine as well. And then overnight tonight, as skies clear out, we'll start to cool things down into the lower 30s for your overnight lows. Tomorrow, even warmer. A little bit of cloud cover, but we're staying dry. Temperatures top out at 55. How about 65 for Wednesday? What about 70 for Thursday? You like it? Cool. 33 on Friday. I'm sorry, Saturday, with a chance for rain and snow showers on Friday. That high of 45, by the way, happens at midnight. Temperatures will be into the low 30s by Friday afternoon.
Hey, 'tis the season. We should expect it by now.
'Tis the season to be jolly.
Chris Reese, thanks for that first warning.
My pleasure.
And thanks for joining us, folks. Remember, we are your Elections Day headquarters. Stick with News 3 Now and channel3000.com. But go make it a great day. We'll see you back here bright and early tomorrow.